Hello everyone, welcome to my second video on Dredge. I just wanted to take a quick second before we get into today's video to say thank you to everyone who watched the first episode that I made. I know it was a bit rough and unpolished, but I am trying something new in this one, and I will continue to improve and see if I can do better. Without further ado, let's get into it. My day started with me catching a blue mackerel pretty quick before dropping off the crab pot to see if I can get some crabs for the fishmonger's order. After I did that, I headed to Black Rock Isle. As I pulled up to the dock, the mansion seemed eerie. The man is standing in a doorway watching you approach. He's holding an old book in one hand. It's bound in crimson with silver ribbons. You came. Good. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a collector of many things, art and artifacts, treasure and truths, and curios that occupy the periphery of desire. And you have something for me. You give the handkerchief to the collector. He holds it up to the flickering light and studies it. These patterns are unmistakable, even after all this time. This handkerchief comes from an old ship I've been searching for. It sank many years ago. It carried items of great importance. As you can imagine, retrieving them is proving to be a challenge. That's where you come in. My proposition is this. I will outfit your vessel with equipment that will let you dredge the wrecks in dark depths. Find me these lost relics and I will reward you in ways beyond imagining. You need not give up your fishing career. I'll merely need a few hours with your vessel to make the necessary alterations. What do you say? I accept. An excellent decision. I'll prepare the equipment immediately. The relics we're looking for are a ring, a necklace, a watch, and a music box and key. I would encourage you to ask around the towns about shipwrecks or other strange occurrences, anything that might be worth investigating. The workshop looks as though it hasn't been used in decades. You enter, taking a moment to let your eyes adjust to the dim light. You find some horrifying creations amongst the detritus. I installed the weird sigil onto one of the fishing spots and put the weird looking engine into the cargo hold for later use. Upon leaving Blackrock Isle, I noticed off in the distance another message in a bottle, which I decided to go and collect. 21st of August 1927. We had a slight accident yesterday around the shallows at the back of Greater Morrow. A rock seemingly appeared out of nowhere and struck the front of the boat. It did not penetrate the hull, but it jostled us around and a few items fell overboard into the water. We did not see what they were, which is of some concern, but we believe all important articles are accounted for. He has been checking over some notes from the boat renaming ceremony. He is paranoid that he performed the steps incorrectly. I have never known him to be so superstitious. Upon putting the note away, I noticed the time and started heading back to Greater Morrow, where I decided to play it a little risky, going for a little bit of night fishing, where I noticed a green spectral phenomenon above a spot where I noticed some fish and decided to fish there. I caught a grouper that had an unknown green energy arc and crackle over its scales. It thrashed ceaselessly for hours after being pulled from the water. I found this book out back. Could be useful to you. What is it? Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? She eyes you suspiciously. There's a spot near the back of Greater Morrow where the current carries in wreckage from the sea. Some nights you can see an unnatural glow rising from that patch of dark water. I can't imagine what's down there in the deep. So if you're looking for what I think you're looking for, it's best you just move on. Have you heard of any strange things happening? I see plenty of strange things from atop the lighthouse.
Sometimes I don't know whether or not I can trust my own eyes.
She holds the lantern up so that it shines brightly into your face.
Are you really standing here in front of me? Or is it just another of the fog's tricks?
Who lives on Blackstone Isle?
I see a lot from up here, you know. I saw that ill-fated boat return. I chose to look the other way. I watched an unnatural glow flicker through those windows. Whatever you've got planned, I hope you know what you're doing out there.
You approach a woman sitting on the dockside, staring out to sea. She turns to you. What's it like out there? It's peaceful. It's gotta be a damn sight better than this bloody town. I think I just need to get away for a little while, maybe not come back. Going backwards is a mistake, don't you think? You should always keep moving forward, moving along. I can't go back. She's gazing out to sea again, lost in thought. Say, if you find me some materials, maybe you can help me move? I mean, really move. There's an island I've heard about, Steel Point, just to the north. 2 units of lumber and 2 units of scrap is all I need. I can make a new place for myself out there. You'd be welcome to visit too. Just stack it up at Steel Point when you have anything. I'll pay you when the job's done. I decided to take that day to help the builder and collect those materials she had asked for, leaving them at the spot she had mentioned. I set the materials nicely here in a pile for her, and decided to rest at this dock rather than making a lengthy journey back to Great Morrow in the dead of night. On the way back to Greater Morrow, I ended up making a quick catch of a stingray before salvaging materials from the wreck of a ship I saw that was beached. Once I had finished up there, I concluded my journey to Greater Morrow. Upon docking, I turned in some materials to the shipwright and upgraded my rod capacity. I also ended up purchasing a light as I did not have one previously. I collected the crabs from the pod and returned with them to the fishmonger.
Have you got any crabs for that order?
Yes,
Don't forget, if your crab pots get a bit worn out, those shipwrights should be able to patch them up. These'll do. Glad you got some use out of that old pot. You can always buy more here or repair damaged ones at the shipyard. I have one final request for you. As you've seen, some fish around here can develop odd deformities. What do you think happens to a person that eats the flesh of one of these mutants?
they go mad.
Well, perhaps, but I want to know for sure. Bring me a mutant fish. Any would do. Just keep this between the two of us.
I sold the fish and also bought me a new engine so I can get around faster. You done it? Well, no sense in wasting time. Let's get moving. Good riddance to you, Greater Morrow. I'm onward bound. With the builder on board, I took her to where I left the materials I had gathered for her the other day. Yes, this'll do. Thank you, fella. Give me a short while to get things built here. You're welcome back anytime. She reaches into her toolbox and pulls out a handful of components. Take these, always good to have on hand. After dropping off the builder, I decided to go exploring a little bit where I came across an SOS.
I'm saved! Saved! Oh, you are a sight for these sore eyes.
You look terrible. Are you okay?
I bet I do. I've certainly felt better. I've been chewing on seaweed and starfish for longer than I'd like. I washed up here, oh, it must have been some 2 weeks ago now. We were in rough seas, and when the wave hit us broadside, I was jostled overboard and swept away. I thought my crew would have come to find me by now, but yours is the first ship I've seen pass by here. Did the boys send you looking for me?
No, they didn't.
Oh, well, I'm sure they're out there looking anyways. Can you get me to Little Morrow, stranger? I should be able to catch them there when they next stop by.
Yes, I'll take you to Little Morrow. I took him aboard and proceeded with haste to Little Morrow.
The sweet, rank smell of civilization. I thought I could never miss it.
He turns to you. For someone who has just been saved, he seems gloomy.
I've not got much on me, as you can imagine, and I have a feeling this isn't worth much anymore for me, at least. But perhaps it'll be worth something for you.
He removes the signet ring from his left hand and presses it into yours. It's emblazoned with a symbol of a captain's wheel.
On to better horizons, friend. Farewell.
As the castaway was leaving, I noticed a grieving father and decided to approach. Hello, is everything okay? Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? Well, yes, you see, my only son was lost at sea some years ago. He's still out there, somewhere, in one of those wrecks, all alone in the cold, dark water. The man is clearly trying his hardest to remain composed, but tremors of grief rack his body. I was wondering, I noticed you have some dredging equipment installed on your vessel. If you were able to retrieve any of his belongings from the wreck, I think he'd feel more at peace if his mementos were with me. He wore a bronze belt buckle, especially engraved. I'd recognize it anywhere. If there's a chance you could find it, I'd be in your debt. Do you know of any strange occurrences? I don't get out a lot anymore, so I don't see much of what goes on. But I do remember the old mayor in his final days. What an awful sight it was. Screaming and throwing things into the sea. Throw it back, he would cry over and over. Begging anyone who would listen, howling it to the wind. These days, I almost feel like I understand. Upon leaving Little Morrow, I decided to start reading a book called Correct Engine Operation. I noticed a sickly green apparition appearing above a bunch of squids and decided to go fishing there. I got this weird looking squid that had tentacles sprout from a glowing core inside a gelatinous sack. Other cores lay dormant alongside.
Have you got any of those mutants with you now? Remember, any aberrant will suffice. I suspect they're all the same underneath.
The fishmonger takes the aberrated fish from you. He clutches it close to his chest, wriggling his hands around its slimy body.
Yes, this should do nicely. Here's what the fish is worth. And why don't you take these too? They're of no use to me. Do you hear that? It sounds like the faintest whispering.
You listen. Silence. In the stillness of the room, the fishmonger's hands begin to tremble. His face grows anguished.
Please sell what you need, then leave. I must deal with this creature. Quickly now.
The fishmonger's door slams behind you. You hear the heavy scraping of a metal bar sliding across it. Well, that was weird, is what I thought as I walked back to my boat and decided to turn in for the night. Today's goal was to investigate the claims that the lighthouse keeper had mentioned about a glow coming out the back of Greater Morrow. While I was out looking, I ended up coming across a small pod of orca whales. As I continued exploring, I saw a spot that had some stuff in the deep and decided to try and dredge it up. When I finally got it to the surface, I was a bit surprised to see an ornate key with weird looking teeth. I quickly put it in the cargo hold before I ended up catching an eel that had numerous glowing shapes that flickered and squirmed behind a distended ribcage. The rest of the fish is withered and drained. As I was heading back, it quickly got dark, and I noticed that it seemed there was another ship on the water.
Blinding headache today. Did you come by yesterday? I don't recall. Anyway, what can I do for you?
I set out on the new day to Black Rock Isle where I could show the collector the key I found deep within the waters. You enter the collector's house. He's standing at the back of the room, still holding the silver and crimson book. He seems impatient. Well, you have something, don't you? Show me. You hand him the key. The gold metal shimmers a strange shine as he holds it. The shape of the key, the teeth, the head, now somehow seem changed. Smaller. Has it always been this way? Is this all? Where's the lock? The collector grows agitated. It seems the pieces we're looking for have traveled further than I anticipated. Much further, I suspect. In that case, allow me to aid your travels. He turns a few pages in his book and mutters something low under his breath. A burst of light fills your vision and you stagger back briefly. Now go. We have more relics to uncover. My intuition tells me that the current may have carried some debris to the southeast, towards Gale Cliffs. Make that your priority. I'll mark a location on your map where you can begin your search. The words you read from that book, what did they do to me? The book holds power from the deep. I merely extended its powers towards you. Is there one in particular you wish to know about? Haste. The words of haste are instant and cruel. They will impart a terrible speed to your vessel. Be warned, however, it may put a great deal of stress on your engines. Alright everyone, that's the end of this video. If you've made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.